Share via email post to your profile report story. 2 days ago. Good afternoon, Mrs. Midoriya. All Might. Principal Nezu, good afternoon, she greeted. How are you holding up? Just fine. I just hope my Izuku will wake up soon, she responded while holding her son's hand. At least we don't have to pay for the hospital bills, she smiled. It's the least we can do, Mrs. Midoriya. Your son was the one who saved us all after all, Principal Nezu assured. What brings you to visit Principal Nezu? I wanted to see him personally. His classmates, as you know, are currently in Naboo Island enjoying their vacation. Thank you for your concern. A knock was heard from the door. All Might opened the door for the visitor. Endeavor. All Might, you're a sight for sore eyes. Endeavor, it's nice to see you. What brings you to visit Izuku? Well, my wife and children wanted me to bring these flowers for Midoriya. Thank you, Mr. Endeavor. How is the boy, by the way? Just fine, but his body still refuses to wake up, Inko replied. I see. The door suddenly opened. It was the doctor. Good afternoon, Mr. Midoriya. How are All Might and Endeavor? It's an honor to meet you both. Hello, Doc. Any updates? All Might asked. Actually, I want to conduct a draw some of your son's blood and brain scan for another test. Is that really necessary? Inko asked. I understand your concern, Mrs. Midoriya, but we still have to be completely sure of what is causing your son's coma. It is possible that some signs were not visible in past tests. All right, I understand. Please be extra careful with my son. I will. Don't worry, ma'am. May I ask you gentlemen to please leave the room? I'll be drawing blood from the patient. Right, they said in unison. I cannot stay for long anyway. I have to be on patrol today, Endeavor stated. Be well, Mrs. Midoriya. Don't lose hope for Midoriya. Thank you, Mr. Endeavor. Please send my regards to your family, for the flowers. The same goes for both me and Principal Nezu. We have to go back to UA. All Might said, hoping for the best for Izuku. It's alright. All Might, seeing you two visit my son is a huge honor already. Inko smiled at the two UA teachers. The pros soon left the room, leaving Inko and the doctor. So more visitors, ma'am? The doctor asked. No, I don't believe so, she responded. His classmates are out on vacation, so I don't expect any more visitors. Vacation, huh? Where could that be? They went to Naboo Island actually. That's where my son saved a whole town with his classmates, I believe, she smiled. He saved a town. Wow, ma'am, your son really is a hero, huh? He smiled. It was his dream, you know. Ever since he was a little kid. I can see that, the doctor said. Well, now he saved us all right. That must mean his dream came true. Yes, probably. Inko smiled at that remark. All right, ma'am, this should be enough blood for the tests, the doctor uttered. Nurses will assist. Take your son for an MRI. After the tests were conducted. Please give me an update on the progress, Inko uttered. Of course, ma'am. Please entertain yourself as we await the results, the doctor advised as he exited the room. I wonder what's in the news today, Inko uttered, opening the television in the hospital room. As she watches the news, she heard that Naboo Island will be affected by the storm. I should call Ochako, make sure she's okay, Inko thought. Hey Inko, how are you? Hello dear, I heard there's a storm in Naboo Island. Is your class okay? Is the storm pouring out too strong? Just fine, thanks for asking, Inko. Actually, we actually like the weather today. It's pretty calming for the most part. That is good to hear. How is Deku? Still the same, dear, although the doctors checked up on him. They did some brain scans and drew some of Izuku's blood. Why, were those necessary? Of course, dear, the doctors said they wanted to be sure of the reason why Izuku is not waking up yet. I see. I hope he wakes up soon. How about you, Inko? Are you doing okay? Just fine, dear. I'm feeling a bit tired though. Please don't overwork yourself, Inko. she uttered with concern. I'll be okay. Actually, some of your teachers visited Izuku today. Even Endeavor went to visit, she chuckled. The two women talked for a few moments before saying goodbye, although the conversation might have been short. Inko was relieved to hear that Ochako was all right. She held her son's hand again. You should wake up soon, son. Breaking news: 48 hours ago, a villain named Himiko Toga escaped from police custody as she was being transported back to Tartarus prison. The incident happened after the suspect was put on trial from her role in the Paranormal Liberation War. The villain is expected to be armed and dangerous. If anyone sees her, please contact the police and heroes immediately. Meanwhile, the doctor enters a private warehouse close to the hospital. Hello, Mr. Doctor, how are you? The doctor smiled. Please don't kill me, you got what you want, right? You got to be me for a day. The real doctor was tied up and full of cuts. As much as I liked playing doctor, being you isn't exactly what I want. The person smiled wickedly as the disguise began to melt. It was Himiko Toga. What kind of monster are you? The doctor asked, fearing for his life. The kind who loves to become people, she grinned. Hey, Mr. Doctor, it looks like you have something on your neck. She slowly moves her knife to the man's throat. No, please. Stop. Please. Street. Before he finished his sentence, Toga slit his throat, effectively killing him. Sue. Nabu Island, huh? I'm coming for you, Ochako. She cheered in excitement. Blank, underscore, blank, underscore, blank. Author's note. So yeah, it wasn't really Deku. Did it surprise you? I hope so. If you read the past chapters, you probably caught that XD